श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम् अपारकरुणासिन्धुं ज्ञानदं शान्तरूपिणं श्रीचन्द्रशेखरगुरुं प्रणमामि मुदान्वहम्।
श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। Today is the fourth day of our new series Vande GurorMandalam, started with the blessings of our Acharya Swamiji. We have, with his blessings, been able to complete Ganesha Pancharatnam, and we are now into Shiva Panchakshara Nakshatra Mala Stotram. I think we have done 2 shlokas. We will now go to third shloka. Third shloka, please.
பெரியவா சரணம். இஷ்டவஸ்து முக்கியதான ஹேதவே நம சிவாய துஷ்டதைத்ய வம்சதூமகேதவே நம சிவாய சிருஷ்டிரக்ஷணாய தர்மசேதவே நம சிவாய அஷ்டமூர்த்தயே விருஷேந்திரகேதவே நம சிவாய.
Various qualities, Ananta Kalyana Gunas of Parameshwara, we have been going through, and now we are continuing with the similar line of thought. Ishtavastu Mukhyadana Hetave Namah Shivaya. Ishtavastu, whatever objects we desire, Mukhyadana Hetave. Now, out of those, whatever is important, Parameshwara is able to grant us, and he is the cause for granting that. Dana Hetave. That means maybe we get our Ishtavastu from some other source, but actually the basic cause is Parameshwara. That means, in other words, without his blessings, we will not get anything in our life. So whatever we are getting, whatever we desire, we get, and that desire is fulfilled only by Parameshwara. Dushtadaitya Vamsha Dhoomaketave Namah Shivaya. Dhoomaketu is comet. Stars burning and falling, that is called comet. Now, Dushta Daitya Vamsha Dhoomaketave, he is comet. He is the one who burns away the lineage of evil Daityas, evil Asuras. Evil Asuras are completely uprooted along with their Vamsha, along with their lineage, by Parameshwara. Srishti Rakshanaya Dharma Tetave Namah Shivaya. Srishti Rakshanaya, for protecting what has been created. For protecting what has been created, you need dharma. Without dharma, no protection is possible. All the natural phenomena in this universe, which are all dictated by laws of nature, are all governed by dharma, are all controlled by Parameshwara. So, with this background, whatever has been created in terms of the universe, various universes, various Brahmandas, and whatever is there inside the Brahmanda, various lokas, and various aspects of the creation, even on our earth. All this has to go on only with the aid of dharma. In fact, Parameshwara is dharma incarnate. His Vahana, Rishabha Vahana, is an incarnation of dharma. Nandi is supposed to be Dharma incarnate. So he is Dharma Setu. That means he has built a bund of dharma so that Srishti can be protected, so that the adharma does not come inside this bund. Dharma Setu is a protection of dharma, a protective wall of dharma. So he has erected a protective wall of dharma around Srishti. You can imagine like that. So once he has done that, he is carefree. Now we have taken care of our Srishti, Dharma is there to take care of that. But of course, it is for us to protect what he has created. Dharma is something which is to be followed by every individual. He has created the laws of Dharma, and it is for us to follow Dharma. As far as he is concerned, he has erected everything in nature to follow the rules of dharma. Nothing in nature violates dharma. Only human beings violate dharma and we get into trouble. Ashtamurtaye Vrishendra Ketave Namah Shivaya. Now, Parameshwara is known as Ashtamurti, 8 forms. This is a very important thing. He has converted himself, he is manifesting himself in the form of this universe. Universe is not something different from him. This we must understand. When we produce something, we need a raw material and then we produce it. With the help of several raw materials, we produce something. But in the case of the universe, Parameshwara does not need any raw material. He converts himself with the help of Maya into the universe, because universe is an apparition. There is no substance in that. Now apparitions can be created without substance, isn't it? So that he is doing with his own power of Maya. So whatever is there in the creation is all himself. So Ashtamurti helps us to understand this concept. That means he manifests himself in the form of 8 murtis. What are those 8 murtis? 8 murtis are Panchabhutas, that is Prithvi, Jala, Agni, Vayu, and Akasha. These are the Panchabhutas. Now, apart from the Panchabhutas, we have 3 more, that is Surya and Chandra, and the last one is Yajamana, the one who performs yajna or who performs puja or who performs some religious activity. Now, why he is including Yajamana as one of the Ashtamurtis? Because human beings think whenever they have achieved something that they have achieved it because of their ability, their innate ability. This is what they think. That is not true, because Parameshwara is the guiding force behind his success. So without Parameshwara's aid, nothing can be achieved. So that is why, to make him understand that, this Ashtamurti concept has come. That is, Parameshwara himself is giving him the power. That is why he is in the form of Yajamana also. That is the 8th Murti. In fact, if you see Dakshinamurti Stotram, this concept has been very beautifully brought out. It says, Bhurambhansya nilo nalombara maharnato himam shuppuman ityabhati charachara atmaka vidam यस्यैव मूर्त्यष्टकम् नान्यत् किञ्चन विद्यते विमृशताम् यस्मात् परस्मात् विभो नान्यत् किञ्चन विद्यते. Other than these 8, there is nothing else in this universe, obviously, because everything is made of Panchabhutas and Surya and Chandra. नान्यत् किञ्चन विद्यते विमृशताम् यस्मात् परस्मात् विभो तस्मै श्री गुरुमूर्तये नमः श्री दक्षिणामूर्तये. There this Ashtamurti concept has been beautifully brought out. Vrishendra Ketave. Vrisha Indra. Vrisha is Vrishabha, that is bull. The chief among bulls, that is Nandi, who is his Vahana. Now, he is not only his Vahana, vehicle, he is also his banner. Ketu means banner, flag. So he is also occupying his flag. So Vrishendra Ketave, one who is having the banner of Vrishendra. So Parameshwara is the root cause of all the fulfillment of our desires. All the objects that we desire and we get is due to his Karuna. Second is, he is the Dhumaketu, the comet, burning away the lineage of evil Daityas. And he is himself the Dharma Setu. He is not constructed Dharma, he is not saying that. Dharma Setave Namah Shivaya. He is the Dharma Setu. Whatever Dharma Setu he has erected, that is himself. The bund of Dharma, the protective wall of Dharma around creation to protect it. And he expresses himself in the form of Ashtamurtis, which are constituting this universe, including the Yajamana, and his banner is that of bull, Nandi. इष्टवस्तु मुख्यदान हेतवे नमः शिवाय दुष्टदैत्य वंश धूम केतवे नमः शिवाय सृष्टिरक्षणाय धर्म सेतवे नमः शिवाय अष्टमूर्तये वृषेन्द्र केतवे नमः शिवाय नेक्स्ट
आपदद्रिभेदटङ्कहस्तते नमः शिवाय पापहारि दिव्यसिन्धुमस्तते नमः शिवाय पापदारिणे लसन्नमस्तते नमः शिवाय शापदोषखण्डनप्रशस्तते नमः शिवाय
आपदद्रि भेद टंकहस्त ते नमः शिवाय Adri means mountain, Himadri means Himalayas, Venkatadri means Venkata mountain, like that. Apadadri means the mountain of dangers. The mountain of dangers which we are all facing, that mountain is broken, Veda. For breaking the mountain of dangers, he is using one equipment, one piece of equipment he is using. What is that? Tanka. Tanka is an axe, a parachute, which he is holding in his hand. Tanka hasta. Now, that parachute he is using for breaking away the mountain of dangers which we face. Because of his compassion, he doesn't want us to face the dangers. He breaks the mountain of dangers and makes those dangers not accessible to us. This is the karuna of Parameshwara. Here the word tanka normally means a chisel, but here it means an axe because it's the second meaning. There are 7 important kshetras in Tamil Nadu called Vitanka Sapta Vitanka where Tyagaraja Swami is there in all these 7 sthalas. And these 7 forms of Tyagaraja were brought to Bholoka by a king called Muchukunda from Swargaloka, from Indra. There is a story behind it. Now, these are all Swayambhu Shivalingas, Tyagaraja Swami, brought from Devaloka. So they are Vitanka, they are not made with chisel. That means they are not man-made. That is why they are called Sapta Vitanka Sthalas. And each of these Tyagaraja Swami has got a specific natana to associate it, like Ajapa natana, Ahamsa natana, etc., associated with that. Now, next is Papahari Divya Sindhu Mastate Namah Shivaya. On his head, Masta, on his Mastaka, he is having Divya Sindhu, divine waters of Ganga, which are Papahari, which are removers of sins, removers of Papa. We all know Ganga removes our sins. Even if you think of Ganga, Gangeri Yobruyat Yojananam Shaterapi Muchyate Sarva Papebhyaha Vishnulokam Sagachati. So, even if you mention the name of Ganga, it removes your sins. So, that kind of sacred Ganga water he is holding on his head. Papa Darine Lasan Namastate Namah Shivaya. Papa Darine, one who breaks away sins. Last time we saw he breaks away the mountain of dangers. Now we are seeing not only dangers, he is also breaking away our sins because of Karuna. Why should he break away our sins? Our sins we should go through. The effects of our sins should be gone through by the individuals. Because of the compassion, because we have taken refuge in him and we pray to him, don't punish us for past sins. Out of ignorance I have committed those sins. If you say that, he out of mercy, he removes those sins. Papa Dharini. Lasan namasta te namashivaya. This follows the Papadharini. Namasta, one who is prostrating to him, one who is worshipping him, Lasat, he is shining. A special radiance comes to him from Parameshwara. Because his sins are gone, he is now radiant. Shapadosha Khandana Prashastate Namah Shivaya. Prashasta means famous, celebrated. He is celebrated for Khandana, for removing Shapa and Dosha, curses and faults or blemishes. Because sometimes we go through curses given by some rishis or some elders or some powers, unknown or known powers. Sometimes we go through those curses. And similarly, we go through faults and blemishes committed by ourselves. Forget about others. We commit a lot of faults and blemishes and then we suffer the consequences. We suffer the consequences of curses given to us by others. Now all these he removes. Khandana means he breaks them away, he removes. And he is celebrated for it, he is known for it. So we have Shiva holding axe in his hand for breaking the mountain of dangers. His head is adorned by the divine waters of Ganga, which remove the sins even by mere thought, and he removes our sins and gives radiance to those who prostrate to him, and he is celebrated for removing the curses and blemishes of those who worship him. आपदद्रिभेदटङ्कहस्तते नमः शिवाय पापहारि दिव्यसिन्धुमस्तते नमः शिवाय पापदारिणे लसन् नमस्तते नमः शिवाय शापदोषखण्डन प्रशस्तते नमः शिवाय
व्योमकेश दिव्यभव्यरूपते नमः शिवाय हेममेदिनीधरेन्द्रचापते नमः शिवाय नाममात्रदग्ध सर्वपापते नमः शिवाय कामनैकतानहृद्दुरापते नमः शिवाय
व्योमकेश दिव्यभव्य रूप Vyomakesha means one whose hair is the sky, is the space. The sky or the space is his hair. That means when he is occupying everything in the universe, when he is manifesting himself as the universe, it is not possible to imagine his Vishwarupa. So normally Vishwarupa is described as a murti just for our convenience, though it is very difficult to describe Vishwarupa. Krishna has shown Vishwarupa, Subramanya Swami has shown Vishwarupa, all these divinities have shown their Vishwarupa. At that time they show their head, they show their hands, they show their feet, though Vishwarupa does not have all these organs, parts of body, but for the convenience of the onlooker, for the convenience of the worshipper, they show themselves in this form. So if you imagine Shiva, normally he is described as Vyomakesha because his head is very much high in the sky. So the sky itself is his hair. Divya Bhavya Rupa, his form is very divine and very beautiful. Very divine and very beautiful, very enchanting. Hemamedini Dharendra Chapate Namah Shivaya. During Tripura Samhara, he made the Sumeru mountain as his bow. Chapa means bow. Now Dhanurmasa is coming now next. Dhanurmasa is also called the Chapa Masa sometimes. Dhanus is famous Chapa, bow. Hemamedini Dharendra. Medini Dharendra. Medini Dhara is Bhudhara, that is mountain. Medini Dhara means mountain. That is one which supports the earth. Mountains are supporting the earth. Earth is not supporting the mountain. This Shastra was known to us even from very ancient times. Mountains give stability to the earth. It is not the other way around. Earth does not support the mountain. So Medini Dhara means one which supports the earth. Medini means earth. That is the mountain. Medini Dhara Indra, the chief of mountains. Chief of mountains is a nomenclature used generally for Himalayas, for Himavan. But here, to distinguish Sumeru, he is using Hema, golden, because Himavan is not golden. This is a golden mountain. This is the largest mountain going right into the skies. On the top of this mountain, you have the Sripura, where Devi's abode is there, Sudhasagara Madhyastha. And you have Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, all their residences, Kailasa, Vaikuntha, Brahmaloka, etc., are all there. And all the 8 Lokapalas have their cities around this mountain. And Surya and the Navagrahas are doing pradakshina, going around this mountain, great mountain. So that great mountain he used as a bow for the purpose of Tripura Samhara. Nama Matra Dagdha Sarva Papa Te Namah Shivaya. Dagdha Sarva Papa, all sins he burns away. When he burns away all our sins, Nama Matra, by just pronouncing his name. If you say simply Shiva Shiva, he burns away all your sins. That Shiva is such a powerful name that just as now we saw Gange Gange Yo Brujat Yojananam Satairapi. Even if you mention Ganga's name from 100 yojanas away, even then. So like that, if you chant Shiva's name, just Nama Matra, you don't have to do any puja, any upavasa, any hard austerities. No, just chant his name. Even then all your sins are destroyed, dagdha, burnt away. Kamanaikatana Hriddurapate Namah Shivaya. Naikatana is a very interesting term used by Adi Shankara. Tana means that object which attracts the senses, sense objects. Sense objects are called Tana. The objects which attract the senses, the eyes, the ears, the nose, the faculty of touch, the faculty of taste, all objects which attract these senses are called Tana. Now, Naikatana means many sense objects. Naika is many. Many sense objects, Kama, desires for many sense objects. That is what human being suffers from. The basic suffering of human being arises from his attachment to not one sense object, but several sense objects. So he says, one who is indulging himself in many sense objects, what happens to him? Hriti, in his heart, Durapa. Parameshwara is very difficult to get. Parameshwara, Durapa means very difficult to get. Very difficult to get Parameshwara is in the heart of those who hanker after many sense objects, naturally. Because your attachment to the sense objects, your attachment is not to the feet of Parameshwara. So though he is seated in the heart of everyone, he is seated in the heart of everyone equally. Ishvara Sarvabhutanam Hrideshe Arjuna Tishtati, Bhagavan says. Sarvabhutanam, in all beings, Ishvara is sitting. But he does not show himself, you cannot feel his presence because you have covered him with your sins, with your blemishes, with your deficiencies. Now all these sins and deficiencies arise because of your attachment to sense objects. So as long as you keep on indulging yourself in many sense objects, the more you indulge, the more difficult he becomes for you. You beautifully summarized Vedanta concept. The highest Vedanta concept has been beautifully summarized in one phrase. That is the beauty of Adi Shankara. So Shiva has got the sky as his hair in the Vishwarupa, and his Swarupa, his form, is very divine, very enchantingly beautiful. And during Tripura Samhara, he used the golden Sumeru mountain as his bow, and he burns away all our sins by merely chanting his name. And he is extremely difficult, impossible to attain in the hearts of those who hanker after sense objects. व्योमकेश दिव्य भव्य रूपते नमः शिवाय हेममेदिनी धरेन्द्र चापते नमः शिवाय नाममात्र दग्ध सर्व पापते नमः शिवाय कामनैकतान हृद्दुरापते नमः शिवाय
ब्रह्ममस्तकावली निबद्धते नमः शिवाय जिह्मगेन्द्रकुण्डलप्रसिद्धते नमः शिवाय ब्रह्मणे प्रणीतवेदपद्धते नमः शिवाय जिह्मकालदेहदत्तपद्धते नमः शिवाय
ब्रह्म मस्तकावली निबद्ध. Like we have Deepavali, a row of lights. Mastakavali means row of skulls, human heads. He is wearing a row of skulls around his neck. What is the skull he is wearing? Brahma. He is wearing the skulls of Brahma. Why he is wearing the skull of Brahma? The story is that we had recently Kartikeya Deepa. On that day, Parameshwara showed himself as a pillar of Jyotis, pillar of light, going from top in the heavens to bottom in the Patala area and below. So Brahma and Vishnu quarreled among themselves and they said, we will find the top and the bottom of this pillar of light. So Vishnu took the form of Varaha, went on digging the earth, went on even below the Patala. He could not find. He came back and said, I cannot find your base, your feet. Now, Brahma took the form of a swan, went up and up, but he also could not find, but he returned saying that he has found the top, and for that he invoked the witness of Tharambu, that flower which was occupying the head of Parameshwara. He brought with him, actually by chance that flower was falling down from his head, but Brahma used his influence to make that flower give false evidence to say that Brahma has actually seen the mastaka of Shiva. Now naturally Shiva became angry. At that time Brahma had 5 heads. The 5th head, which spoke the untruth, was immediately removed by Shiva with the edge of his nails, and the Tarambu flower was given a curse that it will never be used in Shiva Puja. So that Brahma's skull he is wearing in his neck. But how so many Brahma skulls? Because Brahma has got a lifetime of 100 years measured according to his time scale, not according to our time scale. So when 100 years of his time scale, when the Mahapralaya happens, he goes and gets merged with Shiva. He goes and gets merged with Shiva. Next Brahma comes. So every time Brahma comes, every time he makes the same mistake, because all our stories are repetitive. All our Ramayana, all our Mahabharata, all our other Purana stories, all are repetitive. They repeat themselves in every yuga. So Brahma commits the same mistake, and then this event happens again. So like that, so he is having a row of skulls of Brahma. Jumhagendra Kundala Prasiddha Te Namah Shivaya. Dimmaga is snake. The name Dimmaga means going tortuously, going crooked. That is the snake's nature. Dimmagendra is the chief of snakes. Now, chief of snakes like Vasuki under snakes, he is wearing as his kundala, as his ear ornament. He is known for it. He is famous for kundala because this is very unusual, isn't it? Who wears snake as a kundala? Everybody has got a golden kundala studded with diamond and so on. All other devatas, take Indra, take Vishnu, take anybody. They all have beautiful kundalas. Makara kundala, Mahavishnu is having beautiful Makara kundala. So, whereas here he is having snake as a kundala, so he is known for it. Brahmane pranita Veda Padhate Namah Shivaya. Veda Padhate, the rules of Veda, the procedures of Veda were taught, Pranita, were taught to Brahma by Shiva. At the beginning of creation, when Brahma came into being, actually he did not know how to go about creation, because for doing creation you need Veda. He didn't have Veda with him, so the knowledge of Veda was given to him by Shiva, and then based on the knowledge of Veda, he did the creation. Jimha deha datta paddhate namah shivaya. Jimha means crooked. Jimma we saw just now, same Jimma comes again. Now Jimma Kala means Yama sometimes becomes crooked. Normally he doesn't. But sometimes it happens to everybody. Sometimes he becomes crooked. Whenever he becomes crooked, Deha Datta Paddhate. Paddhate means from his feet he kicks Yama. Deha Datta. Yama's body he sends his feet. To Yama's body he sends his, that is the direct translation. That means he kicks Yama with his feet whenever his nature becomes crooked. Like we saw in Markandeya's. Yesterday we saw Markandeya's story. Not only Markandeya, there are other devotees where Yama did the same mistake and got kicked by Shiva. So his neck, Shiva's neck is adorned by a row of skulls of various Brahmas, and his kundalas, ear ornaments, are snakes, chief of snakes. And he is the one who taught Vedas to Brahma at the beginning of creation, and he sends his feet towards Yama whenever he assumes a crooked nature. ब्रह्ममस्तकावली निबद्धते नमः शिवाय ब्रह्मगेन्द्रकुण्डलप्रसिद्धते नमः शिवाय ब्रह्मणे प्रणीतवेदपद्धते नमः शिवाय ब्रह्मकालदेहदत्तपद्धते नमः शिवाय.
कामनाशनाय शुद्धकर्मणे नमः शिवाय सामगानजायमानशर्मणे नमः शिवाय हेमकान्तिचाकचक्यवर्मणे नमः शिवाय सामजासुराङ्गलब्धचर्मणे नमः शिवाय.
Kama Nashanaya, destroyer of Manmatha. Kama is Manmatha. You know the story of why Shiva destroyed Manmatha. Manmatha was dispatched by Devas to disturb Shiva when Shiva was in tapas. Shiva was in tapas after losing his consort Dakshayani in the Yogagni when Daksha performed that yajna without inviting Shiva. Now, when he became alone, he started doing tapas. He assumed the form of Dakshinamurti, and he started by mere mauna. He started teaching Vedanta to Sanakadi rishis like Sanaka. At that time, Devas got worried because Devas were suffering from Surapadma, Tarakasura, and others, and they wanted Shiva to get married to Parvati and beget a putra, because only Shivaputra was destined to kill Surapadma and other asuras. Now, how to get Shiva to marry? This was a problem because he was in tapas, he would not be disturbed. So, to disturb him, they dispatched Manmatha. Manmatha is the son of Vishnu, so even Vishnu prevailed upon Manmatha, though Manmatha was very unwilling. He prevailed upon Vishnu, this is Devakarya, you must help us. So he went there, and then he was about to aim his Pushpabana, flower arrow, at Shiva. Shiva knew this, so even before he could send out dispatch his flower arrow, He burnt him by opening his third eye. So this is the story. Of course, later on he was resuscitated because Devi's Karuna. Kama Nashanaya Suddha Karmane. That means all his actions are pure. Now that doesn't need any explanation. All Shiva's actions have to be pure. But point is, we are not known for Shuddha Karma. So the moment we say that Shiva is Shuddha Karma, we will also try to get some part of it into our system. That is why we have to remember all the virtues of Shiva. So one of the virtues of Shiva is none of his actions become Ashuddha even by chance. Shuddha Karmane. That means his aims in any karma, his aims are pure, his actions are pure, his mode of going about is pure, everything is pure. Samagana Jayamana Sharmane Namashivaya. Now, out of the four Vedas, Samaveda is called Samagana, singing of Sama. Other Vedas are not called like that. Yajurveda Parayanam, Rigveda Parayanam, Atharva Veda Parayanam. They are all called Parayanam, chanting. Whereas Samagana is not chanting of Sama, it is singing of Sama. It has to be sung in a particular manner. So all devatas are very pleased to hear Samagana. You will find this in every Ashtottara Shatanama Stotra. This devata is enchanted by Samagana. So here also same thing. Samagana Jayamana Sharmane. Sharma means peace of mind, happiness in the mind, delight in the mind. So that kind of delight arises, Jayamana, it arises in Shiva by listening to Samagana, the singing of Samas. Hemakanti Chakachakya Varmane Namah Shivaya. Now we say something is glowing, chakachaka. So he is using the same word, chakachakya. It is glowing. What is glowing here? Hemakanti, golden glow, golden radiance, full of glow is there. Where? Around him. Varma. Varma means like a kavacha, like a halo. Like a halo around Shiva, you have a golden radiance full of glow. Samajasuranga charmane namah Shivaya. He went and killed many asuras. One of the asuras he killed was Gajasura. Samajasura means Gajasura. Samaja is Gaja, elephant. Samajasura, Gajasuranga labdha. From the body of Gajasura, he got Charma, he got the skin, Gaja Charma. So that Gaja Charma he is using as his Vastra, his apparel. He is using Gaja Charma as his dhoti and Vyaghra Charma as his Uttariya. Now we have Uttariya and dhoti, the same material, same Vastra. But here in his case it is not that. Gaja Charma is his Vastra, dhoti, and Vyaghra Charma is his Uttariya. Vyaghra Charmottariyam tam. Samajasuranga charmane. So he wears the skin obtained from the body of Gajasura after killing him. He burnt away Manmatha when Manmatha indulged in disturbing his tapas, and all his actions are pure. And we also imbibe the purity whenever we meditate on him, and he experiences tremendous delight when he listens to Samagana, and there is a halo around him of glow, of radiance, golden radiance, and he attained the skin of Gajasura after killing him, which he is using as his Vastra. Kamanashanaya Shuddha Karmane Namah Shivaya. Samagana Jayamana Sharmane Namah Shivaya. Hemakanti Chakachakya Varmane Namah Shivaya. Samajasuranga Charmane Namah Shivaya.
जन्म मृत्यु घोर दुःखहारिणे नमः शिवाय चिन्मयैकरूपदेहधारिणे नमः शिवाय मन्मनोरथावपूर्तिकारिणे नमः शिवाय सन्मनोगताय कामवैरिणे नमः शिवाय
जन्म मृत्यु घोर दुख हारिणे नमः शिवाय. Ghora dukkha, terrible misery, terrible grief we are all going through. What is the terrible grief we go through? Janma mrityu, birth and death. There is nothing more terrible to a human being than repeatedly undergoing birth and death, repeatedly coming back to the samsara, the cycle of birth and death. Now, to get out of the cycle only is the aim of human being, the aim of all this Vedanta, that is called moksha. Now, it is Shiva who only can give us jnana. Jnana michet maheshwarat. Jnana is to be obtained only from Shiva. By giving us that jnana, which will make us hate samsara, which will make us get away from samsara, and which will make us get on to the path of moksha, he will remove the misery, the terrible misery of birth and death. Chinmayekarupadeha namah shivaya. All the bodies of all the human beings, not only human beings, all the living beings are made of panchabhutas. Why living beings? All animate and inanimate. Anything which is created on this earth, not only on this earth, even on other planets, they are all created out of panchabhutas. But whereas in the case of Shiva, it is not Panchabhuta. His body is not made of Panchabhutas. It is made only of Chiti, consciousness, Jnana. How can consciousness or Jnana assume so beautiful a form and manifest itself to us? That is his greatness. That is his power. You and I cannot do that, even by magic. Whereas without any magic, he assumes that form of consciousness of jnana. Chinmayaika, ekarupa, unique form he is wearing. Deha dharane, that kind of body, that kind of form he is wearing. Which kind? Chinmaya. Only consciousness, nothing else. Man manoratha vapurti karine namah shivaya. Man manoratha. Manoratha is desire. Man manoratha, my desire. All my desires, avapurti karine, he fulfills to the maximum extent. Avapurti. Purti is fulfillment. Avapurti is fulfilling without any complaint, without any balance. You don't feel after it is fulfilled, you could feel, oh, we should have asked for a little more. That kind of feeling you don't get in this case because he gives you more than what you expected. Avapurti. Now, nowadays we say in documents, isn't it? This is in full and final settlement. So, this kind of full and final settlement he gives to our desires. Sanmano gataya kama vairine. Sanmano gataya. He goes and occupies the minds of virtuous people. It doesn't mean he doesn't go and occupy the minds of other people. He occupies the minds of everyone. There's no doubt about it. That we saw just now. He is there in the mind of everyone, in the heart of everyone. But point is, the others do not realize, do not recognize, do not get to see him. Whereas virtuous people immediately have his vision. So that is why he says he goes and occupies visibly. It means visibly to in the hearts of virtuous people. Kama Vairine, enemy of Manmatha. Now, enemy of desire. Now, even for virtuous people, occasionally some desire may arise. But in the case of virtuous people, because he goes and sits in their hearts, he ensures that no desire disturbs this person. So he becomes enemy like a protective guard. He protects this person from the attack of desires, kama vairine. So Shiva removes the terrible misery of repeated birth and death cycle. He assumes the form, unique form of only consciousness, made only of consciousness, jnana, and he fulfills our desires to the maximum extent, more than we expected, and he goes and occupies the minds of virtuous people and drives away all desires which may come and attack them. जन्ममृत्युघोरदुःखहारिणे नमः शिवाय चिन्मयैकरूपदेहधारिणे नमः शिवाय मन्मनोरथावपूर्तिकारिणे नमः शिवाय सन्मनोगताय काम वैरिणे नमः शिवाय.
यक्षराजबन्धवे दयालवे नमः शिवाय दक्षपाणिशोभिकाञ्चनालवे नमः शिवाय पक्षिराजवाहहृच्छयालवे नमः शिवाय अक्षिपालवेदपूततालवे नमः शिवाय.
Yaksharaja Bandhave. He is the friend of Yaksharaja. Who is Yaksharaja? Kubera. Kubera is the king of Yakshas. There is a separate class of divinities. Devatas are having several classes, not only Devas, there are also Yakshas, Kinnaras, and other groups. Now, the king of Gandharvas and so on. Now, the king of Yakshas is Kubera, and he is a friend of Kubera. What does it mean by saying he is friend of Kubera? Kubera performed tapas towards Shiva, and Shiva was so pleased with Kubera, he gave him all the powers, he gave him the treasury. Now, if Kubera is in charge of the treasury, it is because of the grace of Shiva. Not only that, he was so pleased with Kubera, he gave him an exceptional favor. What is that? He gave him a corner of Kailasa for him to reside. Nobody resides in Kailasa other than Shiva. Nobody is allowed to reside there. Kubera is an exception. He was so pleased with Kubera. Everybody else resides in Devaloka and other separate lokas are there. Gandharvas have their own loka. Yakshas also have their own loka and so on. But this man who should have gone to Yakshaloka, actually was given a corner of Kailasa because of his grace. So that is the Yaksharaja Bandhu. He is a relative, not relative, he is a friend. He is known as friend of Kubera. Dayalave, out of compassion he did that. Similarly, he is also showing compassion to all his devotees. So Dayalave, compassionate Shiva. Dakshapani Shobhi Kanchanalave Namah Shivaya. Alu means a picture, like a kamandalu. Kanchanalu means golden picture, golden kamandalu. He is having in his right hand. Dakshapani means right hand. Dakshapani Shobhika is adorned by this golden kamandalu picture. Pakshirajavaha Hrichayalave Namah Shivaya. Pakshiraja Vaha Hritu Shayalave. Pakshiraja is king of birds, that is Garuda. Pakshiraja Vaha, one who is having Garuda as his Vahana, one who is carried by Garuda. Who is that? Mahavishnu. So Mahavishnu is Pakshiraja Vaha. Hritu in his heart. Shayalave. He is going and lying down. He is sleeping. Shiva is always going and sleeping in the heart of Vishnu. What does it mean? It means Vishnu is always thinking of Shiva. Vishnu is always thinking of Shiva. Just now we referred to the story of 7 Tyagaraja Swamis brought by King Muchukunda from Devaloka. That story has something to do with this story. Actually, it was Vishnu who always meditates on Shiva. One day in Vaikuntha, he was lying down and suddenly he started laughing to himself and experiencing extraordinary palpitation because he was overcome by delight. So at that time he was wearing a Shivalinga on his chest. Now, Indra came there by chance and he noticed it. Now, he was so fascinated by that Shivalinga and he prayed to Vishnu to give him the Shivalinga. Naturally, Vishnu refused. After a lot of prayer, he gave the Shivalinga to Indra. Now, Indra, that is the Tyagaraja Swami. Now, Muchukunda, when he went to Indraloka, he was also fascinated by the Shivalinga. He prayed to Indra to give him. Indra said, no, no, I cannot give you. But Muchukunda was a great king. Muchukunda had helped Indra, so he could not refuse also. So what he did was he created 6 more Shivalingas exactly like the Shivalinga and he tried to cheat Muchukunda. One by one he sent, whenever he asked, he used to give one. Then after coming to Bholoka, Muchukunda used to find that that is not the correct one. Then he went and reported back to Indra. Then he gave one more. Like this, 6 times he cheated him. 7th time he said, okay, now he cannot be cheated anymore. He gave him the original one. That original one is the Tyagaraja Swami of Tiruvarur. Tyagaraja Swami. That is one of the Sapta Vitanka Sthalas. The other 6 are also Vitanka Sthalas around Tiruvarur. They are also known as Tyagaraja Swami. So, Vishnu is a great worshipper of Shiva. He always meditates on Shiva. That is what he is saying here. Akshiphala Veda Puta Tala Veda Shivaya. Akshiphala, who is having an eye in his forehead. That is the eye of Agni. The third eye of Agni, he is having in his forehead between the 2 eyes. That is special for him. So it is mentioned. Veda Puta Talave. Talu means the tongue, the palate. His palate is purified by constant chanting of Vedas. So, whatever we speak, this is an instruction to us. This is not an instruction of Shiva. Shiva doesn't need all this description. This is an instruction to us. What is the instruction? You should use your tongue only for saying good things, not for saying bad things. So, Shiva uses his tongue only for chanting Vedas. And so his tongue is purified, Veda Puta, by constant chanting of Vedas. Similarly, human beings also should always use their tongue for saying good things, for chanting Bhagavan Nama, and not wasting their time on useless things. This is what he is trying to tell us. So he is the friend of Kubera, the king of Yakshas. He is the compassionate Shiva. His right hand is adorned by a golden kamandalu, and he goes and lies down in the heart of Vishnu, whose Vahana is Garuda, the king of birds. And he has a third eye in his forehead. The third eye is fire, Agni, and his palate, his tongue is ever purified by constant chant of Vedas. यक्षराज बंधवे दयालवे नमः शिवाय दक्षपाणि शोभिकाञ्चनालवे नमः शिवाय पक्षिराज वाहहृच्छयालवे नमः शिवाय अक्षिफालवेदपूत कालवे नमः शिवाय. Next.
दक्षहस्तनिष्ठजातवेदसे नमः शिवाय अक्षरात्मने नमद्बिडौजसे नमः शिवाय दीक्षितप्रकाशितात्मतेजसे नमः शिवाय उक्षराजवाहते सताङ्गते नमः शिवाय.
दक्षहस्तनिष्ठजात वेदसे नमः शिवाय. Dakshahasta, right hand. Right hand he is holding fire. Jata Vedas means fire. Agni. He is holding Agni in his right hand. If you see Nataraja, he is holding Agni in one hand. Now Agni is known as Jata Vedas. That is the Vedic name. You will find the Jata Vedas name in Veda repeatedly coming for Agni. Because Jata Vedas means he knows everything which is born on earth. Jata Vedas. One who knows everything which is born on earth. That means whatever is created on earth, He is known to Agni. That is the Shakti given to him. Aksharatmane Namad Bidaujase Namah Shivaya. Aksharatmane. There is a chapter in Bhagavad Gita called Akshara Brahma Yoga. What is that? Akshara means something which does not decay, which does not undergo any change. That is called Akshara. We have seen before. So Aksharatmane means Parabrahma Swarupa, who never undergoes any change. That is Shiva. Shiva, who is Nirvikara, without any form, who is Nirguna, without any qualities, that kind of Parabrahma has taken the form of Shiva only for blessing us. So he is Aksharatma. Namate Bidaujase. Bidaujas is the name of Indra. Bidaujas means his ojas is very high, his luster, his shine is very high. He is known as Indra because among all devatas he is the having the highest luster. So it's Bidaujase. Indra comes and worships him frequently. So Namate Bidaujase, worshipped by Indra. Dikshita Prakashita Atma Tejase Namah Shivaya. Atma Tejas, the Tejas of Shiva, the inner brilliance of Shiva, the inner radiance of Shiva is brought out, Prakashita is brought out by him to whom? To Dikshita. Dikshita means one who has been initiated. See, in Yajna you have got Dikshita. That means he has taken a vow. Diksha is actually a vow. He has taken a vow to complete that Yajna. If you take a vow to complete an ordinary puja, you are not called Dikshita. If you take a vow to complete something very difficult, then you are Dikshita. Yajnas are very difficult because they span over several days. Very difficult rules have to be observed. Very lengthy, very complicated procedures are there for performing yajna. So you have taken a vow to do that and you are going to complete that. So you are a Dikshita. For such people, he shows his Atma Tejas, his inner brilliance. Why he is showing his brilliance only to such people? Naturally, because they have endeavored, they have persevered for this purpose. One who is persevering should be rewarded, isn't it? That is what he is doing. Uksharaja Vahate Satangate Namah Shivaya. Uksharaja Vaha, the king of bulls. Uksha means bull. Uksharaja, king of bulls. King of bulls. Nandi is his Vahana. We have seen before, Nandi is an incarnation of Dharma. Satam Gate, he is always towards the virtuous people. Shiva goes and occupies the minds of virtuous people. We have seen before, the same Nama has come again. He is very kind to virtuous people, Satam Gate. He is well disposed towards virtuous people. So, his right hand is adorned by Agni. He is undecaying, unchanging Parabrahma Swarupa. He is always worshipped by Devendra and he manifests, he shows his inner brilliance to one who has vowed to complete a yajna or to complete some difficult ritual in order to have sakshatkara of Shiva. And his vehicle is the king of bulls, Nandi, and he is well disposed towards virtuous people. दक्षहस्तनिष्ठजातवेदसे नमः शिवाय अक्षरात्मने नमद्भिडौजसे नमः शिवाय दीक्षितप्रकाशितात्मतेजसे नमः शिवाय मोक्षराजवाहते सताङ्गते नमः शिवाय. I think it is time to wind up for today. If there are any questions, let us take them. Ketu means flag. Yes, Ketu means flag. Yes, correct. Flag or banner. Yeah.
No other doubts, Mama.
No other. Okay. So we close for the day and we meet again tomorrow evening at 6:30 IST. I wish you all the best. And we hope that all of us are benefited by this blessing of Acharya Swamiji, continuous blessing of Acharya Swamiji. नमः पार्वती पतये हर हर महादेवा।